What was the Satanic Panic and what happened because of it? In the 1980s, America was in the grip of a moral panic. A shadowy cabal of devil worshippers was said to be hiding in plain sight, indoctrinating children into the occult and committing unspeakable acts of ritual abuse. Michelle Remembers, a best-selling book by Michelle Smith and Lawrence Pasdar, kicked off the panic. It was a gripping tale of satanic rituals, child abuse, and mind control. It wasn't long before other stories and allegations of satanic abuse surfaced. The media seized on these stories, and soon, the Satanic Panic was a national obsession. It wasn't just talk shows. Dungeons and Dragons and heavy metal music were also blamed for corrupting America's youth. This wasn't the first time that rumors of satanic cults had gripped a nation. The witch hunts of the past were eerily similar. Up to 80,000 Europeans were sentenced to death after being accused of witchcraft. Texts like the Malleus Maleficarum were said to be a guide to spotting witches and others in league with the devil. In modern times, there are indeed satanic groups, but they are mostly atheistic and do not believe in a literal Satan. Satan is treated as a symbol of individualism and liberty. The Satanic Panic was a product of evangelical circles, but it soon became a national obsession. The concern about child abuse has persisted, but there is no credible evidence that devil-worshipping cults ever existed. The Satanic Panic may be a thing of the past, but it's a warning about the dangers of mass hysteria and cultural scapegoating. Beware the next moral panic. It may be closer than you think. For instance, one of the highest profile examples of the conspiracy theory in the mainstream was the McMartin preschool case. In the 1980s, America was consumed by a hysteria over child sexual abuse caused by the Satanic Panic. The fear was so intense that parents and daycare workers were being jailed for allegations that were often absurd and completely false. Ray Buckey, a teacher at McMartin Preschool, was accused of the unthinkable, sexually abusing young children. Despite a complete lack of evidence, and with every indication that the children had been manipulated into their testimony, the prosecutors persisted with the case for more than 6 years. "Believe the children" became the mantra of advocates who insisted that children never lied or were mistaken about abuse. The courts made unprecedented changes to criminal procedure to accommodate this misguided notion. It seemed like abuse counseling was everywhere, attracting often unqualified people who were convinced that sexual abuse was rampant. In Buckey's case, a girl initially failed to identify him as her attacker. However, after an interview with a counseling agency, the girl suddenly changed her story. It later turned out that Buckey wasn't even at the school during the time that the child attended McMartin. Yet, despite the lack of evidence, the prosecutors continued with the case. Finally, after a retrial, the jury acquitted Buckey of 7 charges and were deadlocked on the other 6 accusations. The district attorney decided to drop the case, but the damage was already done. The Buckeys had their lives ruined, and it was clear that the hysteria had gone too far. The McMartin prosecutions were a stark reminder of the danger of blindly believing accusations without credible evidence. It was a time when the rights of the accused were trampled on in the name of protecting children. And when a nation was consumed by fear and madness, and many innocent lives were destroyed in the process. The Satanic Panic will go down as one of the most costly conspiracy theories to humans, with the McMartin preschool case at the forefront. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe.